Hello and welcome to another episode of Startup Hustle Middle East. Today we have Marwan over here. You guys might know him better as DJ Bliss. Marwan's an entrepreneur. He's a DJ. And also he's got his own YouTube channel and Instagram. So he's quite a social media influencer out here in Dubai. So
he's not got one, he's got two YouTube channels.
Why did
because
I do that?
One with 90,000 subscribers is not enough.
So we're gonna find out a little bit about Marwan's journey as an entrepreneur and maybe some tips about social media and how to promote your personal brand on social.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Yeah, whatever you guys want to know, I'm here to answer the question. But that was a good... I don't know why I did it. In retrospect, I want to go back, but it's too late to press the undo button now.
So we will link up the YouTube channels and his Instagram profiles and all the links to all the businesses that he's a part of and that he owns. So on the YouTube channels, there is DJ Bliss vlogs as well as the Life of Bliss.
Yeah.
And you've recently, let's just talk a little bit about the YouTube channel before we get into your entrepreneurial journey. So you want to focus DJ Bliss vlogs a lot more on the DJing content.
Yeah, I think that was really the idea behind it. It's kind of like, I think people were like wondering, why is this DJ like doing like vlog style videos?
Life,
and it made sense for me, but I think people might have not really clicked with it or understood it that well. So, and also I was kind of like losing a lot of the space that I would usually use for my DJ stuff. Filling it with like this daily vlog style videos as well. So I thought maybe it's a better idea to do that, start a new channel. People were telling me about the algorithm issues that were going on. I really felt like I was being like affected by it. And then the last thing is I had a baby, so I thought, let's start a new channel, family style vlog, and this would kind of be the place where I would do all of that stuff. So I started it, and I didn't want to tell people I was gonna, I didn't want to do ticking the boxes, and I think Sid would know like what I'm talking about. Regular upload, length of a video, clickbait, title, thumbnail, and all that stuff. I'm like not really that interested in that side of YouTube. So
neither am I. I hear about it a lot.
Which is why we don't have a million subscribers. Both of us.
Yeah, but still, man, 90,000 subscribers is no small feat.
I personally think that, I did a lot of like collabs with sort of like vloggers, but I do think today, like in retrospect, I think it doesn't matter if you have 90 or 100 or a million subscribers. If your engagement is not good and people are not really watching your videos. I actually lose subscribers every time I post videos on my DJ Bliss vlog channel.
Seriously?
Whenever I leave it, like I'm just like building, and then I post something and boom, just goes down.
That's so strange.
Yeah, basically I did a competition, right? So a lot of people came over for a competition.
Okay.
So
is that how you started your channel?
No, I did this like way later. So I did a competition and you can win an iPhone, and then I gave away the phone, but I don't think people really know that I've done the giveaway already. Even though it's like a year and a half ago, I still get somebody who come and write, "Hey, can I win the phone?"
Oh, really? Okay.
So every time I upload a video, they're like, "Why am I subscribed over here?" They probably forgot that they just what do you call them? Like internet trolls. Like they just like subscribing to channels just to win. And I think every time like I upload, they're like, "Who is this guy again? Why are we here?" And then unsubscribe. But
Sucks,
look, if I'm not uploading, I guess people are watching some of my older content as like, being recommended and it's doing well. But algorithm and all that stuff it plays a big part in it.
No, but I watched some of your vlogs and man, you have some good content. You're a good YouTuber.
Thank you.
So
this coming from a YouTuber himself.
Yeah,
I'm not much of a YouTube watcher.
I appreciate the effort and the art that goes into it.
Yeah.
So
you would appreciate it.
Yeah.
But you probably also know, because I watch your stuff. Your stuff is great. It's edited well, and it's great quality content. But it's a different world on YouTube. It's I don't know, to a certain degree. I don't want to say it's not for you and me, that it's for the kids, but there's adults doing good content as well. It's just a matter of trying to figure out, who you
Your
are and what
niche.
you do. Yeah, and just kind of like, going with it. And I mean, I'm pretty authentic with what I do. You're pretty authentic with what you do. But so now the question is whether we,
have
Fake
an
it.
audience.
yeah, and also whether are we going to like you said, clickbait? Are we going to change who we are to what we do, or do we just ride with? Some people or most people say, listen, just do you, be authentic, and if people are going to buy into it, they're going to buy into it. Sure, we got to do a little something. We can't just have a great video and put a bad thumbnail or title and expect it to do well.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have to go as far as clickbaiting, but you have to attract people. It's like a advertising board, like one of the telecommunication companies say, hey, 200 gigabytes now for 100 dirhams.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what is this? Then you go in there and you find out that
Yeah.
It's a scam.
hey, you said it, not me.
I check all of his videos and give him feedback on
Yeah,
that's true.
the edits and things. Even the really long tech videos and stuff. I'm not the audience.
Did you see
for
the
it.
way she said long tech?
Yeah.
video?
Long?
tech
Yeah. And like recently he put up a video about the new Tesla, and I was like, listen, like I really don't care about it. But honestly, when I watched that video, I was like, oh, it was interesting to see what's going on. What is it, the new Model X?
Model Y.
Model Y, yeah. Anyway.
My wife actually started her own vlog.
No way.
Yeah.
How
and
many?
she makes me watch it. She's like, what do you think? I'm like, and the thing is,
Does
like,
she do her own edits?
yeah, she's actually editing herself as well.
Wow,
that's
that
cool.
is
She was
awesome.
like begging me to use my editors, and I kind of like told her it's not possible because we're super busy. And then she asked me a couple of questions about editing because I know how to edit as well. I just don't have the time to do it. She asked me a couple of questions and I answered it for her, and then she Googled it and she researched it. Then she went on a trip with her girlfriends, and like now she's got like 4 or 5 episodes out.
Wow,
Cool.
nice.
Yeah.
We should link up to her channel as
Yeah.
well. Yeah. Always be plugging.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I understand what's like. I guess like I don't know. You gotta maybe help me answer this question. Are people who we know a good critique of what we do? Like I personally think no, because I think people who like us and are so close to us, sure, sometimes they'll tell us, I don't think it's honest enough. Really, it just boils down to whether we're getting the followers or not, and whether we're landing the brand deals and people are buying into our content.
I think like I'm a analytics guy.
Yeah.
Like I'll look into the analytics and I'll see what's performing well and what's not. So
Yeah.
usually audience retention is a good indication that you're making a good video,
Yeah.
right? So I think sometimes like the algorithm will mess up and it just won't promote your video at all,
Yeah.
and then your video is finished. But
Yeah.
I think when you look at the analytics and you see that watch time is on average like 50%, 60%. I
Yeah.
think that's a pretty good indication that you're making a good video.
Yeah.
Yeah, but his question is, do you trust the feedback of the people around you as
No,
well,
I know
or
it's biased.
just look at the numbers? No, I think I'm pretty honest with my feedback.
Okay, so there's some things
we
that
should
are
have this
objective.
conversation like
But I'm not there.
on a WhatsApp conversation.
No, but I think I'm a pretty honest. Like I'm not going to be like everything Sid does is amazing.
I mean, I the reason why I ask it is because when I was doing my videos, my wife was super supportive, and she wasn't like supportive of everything I did. But now when she's doing her videos and I'm watching it, like I'm like, do I really be honest about it? I mean, I'm not her target audience anyways, right?
Yeah.
So I think what Sid's saying is like, you need to look at the numbers. That's what really makes sense, because your friends always hype you up no matter what, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, or sometimes you just don't know yet your groove. It takes a while to like get into your groove. I know like my first few videos sucked, that I just put them up anyway.
Yeah.
And now when I look back at it, I'm like, wow, like there's been there's a learning curve to it. You understand what works when you watch other YouTubers as well.
I mean, the general rule is it's about the destination. It's not about the destination. It's about the journey. So if you didn't make those videos, I don't think you would have learned to do them better. Or
For sure.
Yeah.
But I also think that there's a lot of randomness to it all. I'm more of an Instagram user, but with YouTube, like one of his videos that's performed really well is this place in India called Lavasa that has like, this video has like 200,000 views or 260.
He got like 250,000 views like randomly.
yeah.
And it's because people are searching for Lavasa, but we would never think that people are searching for this offbeat, resorty, hill station kind of place in India. And that video is done really well. So I think there's a lot of randomness to it all as well.
Somehow that video just ended up ranking on YouTube, and like every day I get a couple of thousand views on it. Like,
That's
you know,
crazy, right?
because people are like searching for it as if like it's
As
like
a
saying
destination.
Fujairah Resort or
Yeah,
something,
yeah,
and
yeah.
you like rank, you know.
Yeah.
So
So I have to go there to get a to get the recommendations from you.
I've seen some of your videos go viral as well.
Yeah.
I have a couple. They're not like it's not a surprise, you know. It's like you know, the rich billionaire of Dubai.
Yeah.
Video. Like it
All
was.
your music videos, even.
Yeah, I mean, well, the music video was heavily promoted by the brand, so that's why it did well. But vlog wise, I mean, my top 3 videos are either about this you know, billionaire guy from Dubai. It's about a car, or I don't know, something that, like, you know, related to an incident that happened. But
Okay.
like I said, I mean, I knew those were gonna do well. I guess people are
Curious about
curious
those
about that
things.
kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, so sometimes I know I feel a video is gonna do well, and it doesn't do that well.
Yeah. but
And then sometimes I don't expect a video to do well at all, and it like just
Yeah,
That's-
so
that's
there
happened.
is randomness to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's happened to me about 427 times. You know, I was daily vlogging for a while too, for like a
Yeah,
good
man.
4 months, I'd say I was daily vlogging.
I know. I
That
don't
is
know
a
how you did it.
commitment, yeah.
I don't know how like people like Casey and Mo Vlogs and stuff like.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do it, man.
Yeah,
There's
I
some
mean,
serious commitment.
Yeah, Mo's been doing it for a
3
long
years?
time. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think more than 3 years. He's been doing it
Wow.
for a long time. Casey kind of stopped, and now I don't
Yeah.
think his stuff is as good as it used to be. Like his stuff before used to be so much better. I don't think it's. It's
I
that
love
good.
his craft, though.
You really think
Like,
so? You didn't like his Burger King video? I thought that was pretty cool.
It was. I mean, you know,
didn't see
it's
that.
typical. It was a typical Casey video. Yeah, I mean, he did get you because of what the title was. When you go in and what he says, it was cool.
Yeah.
But that's one in like a lot of videos that
Yeah.
he's lost me for sure. As a, I was hooked on Casey. Like I wanted to know what he's gonna do next. Even when he wasn't daily vlogging,
Yeah.
that whole 368 thing, and then like, but I just kind of lost it somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah.
You don't feel that way?
Of course, dude. Like I think when somebody uploads daily, you connect with that person in a different way.
Yeah.
Versus when when they put up something once a week,
Yeah.
like you just don't have that same connection,
maybe
right?
You're right. Yeah,
And I think that's what daily vloggers or daily content, and that's what I think. Like when it comes to the business side of things as well, like I think it's important to continuously like. You know, keep your brand out there. Otherwise, you know, people they forget about you. Like
Yeah.
if you're not active for like a month, then people will be like, "Oh, this guy, yeah, he used to
Yeah.
do something."
Yeah.
out of sight, out
Yeah,
of mind
true.
kind
Yeah.
of thing. So what came first, your YouTube channels and social media presence, or your business?
I started my YouTube channel a long time ago, and I'm like finding more and more videos that I used to record. Like the other day, I found a video of when I did my first radio show ever in 2002. And I was recording like vlog style. It's crazy. I'm like, all right, this is the office, and look, this is what yo guys, I'm about to go live. Like I'm literally just talking like content wise, and I'm finding loads of videos like that
Back in 2002. That's
yeah,
crazy.
so I kind of did like a day in the life of video, like a really good one, like which we could say it's vlog style in 2010. Like I put out or 2009, I put out a video, and it was like, if you watch it, it's a vlog. And then followed by, and I think at that time, yeah, so that was around the time I did that. I was posting stuff on YouTube before, but it was mainly like, you know, all my DJing gigs if I was doing anything like that. And then I started the company, I think in 2010. Initially, it was just very small. It was just to manage my bookings and the parties that I was doing. And then a few years later, we started doing the DJ booking agency. And then I started like a production house, like a sound recording studio and video production as well. And I had this villa in Jumeirah Beach Road that I was paying like loads of rent for. And I realized that I don't really need to. I think like spending money on rent is like just throwing money away.
Yeah.
So today I kind of like focused more on a few of the things. So really just focused on. Then I had the barbershop at some point, which was about 5 years ago as well. By total chance, total coincidence. Today I focus on the barbershop, and then 401 nights are events that we do, and then Select is a talent agency. And that's sort of like the 3 most important things that I do. And the other time the team spends on like my stuff, whether it's my bookings and touring and some of the videos that I do. My music as well, which is like pretty important and like set priority for that as well. So yeah, just kind of like started small, grew fast. I wanted to do everything, and I wanted to be a part of everything, and I wanted to have I had so many people working for me, and it's so tough. So then I decided just to kind of cut down and focus on the most important things, and that's what I do today.
Okay, so right now there is this mentality with entrepreneurs that it's good to have an umbrella company, so something like Bliss Inc. At the top, and then a lot of companies under that kind of complement each other well. So you're kind of diversifying your risk.
Yeah.
But you're saying that in some ways that's worked for you, but in some ways you've scaled back as well.
Yeah.
So what are the challenges of having a ton of side hustles within a company? And can you tell us a little bit about the story?
Yeah, I mean, in a nutshell, it's just you have to be on top of your business. You can't expect other people to run your business and feel any sort of emotional attachment that they're going to run this business like it was their own, because it's not their own. Unless you incentivize them. So the lesson I learned was to kind of make sure I'm there, and I know how many things I can look after, and I knew I can only look after a certain amount of things because I was still interested in pursuing my music career and taking it international, and as a DJ, and I was doing this content as well. So I'm I really only have time to look after these things, so I'm going to focus on that until I make them perfect, and then if I'm going to get into anything new, it will be after I've mastered these things. And the 2 or 3 things that I couldn't do anymore, like the studio or the production house, I realized that it was a tough business. It's a cutthroat business, and I tried several times to sort of hire people to run it, but it just wasn't working. So I just kind of I think you should just not be afraid to do that. I'm not afraid to try things and failing. And the first song that I put out was terrible, but it landed me the next song. The vlogs, I did it for so long. I haven't seen really any money that's come out of it in terms of AdSense. Just really peanuts if we really look at it. I was even daily vlogging, and people were like, yo, what are you doing? You're DJ Bliss. You're out in the clubs, you have a reputation. What are you doing making these videos and getting 400, 500,000 views on these videos? I'm no, I love doing it, and I'm not afraid to fail. And I think that mentality is what you really need to have. So I don't mind failing. I don't mind doing things wrong, because I want to learn how to do it right.
Yeah.
But it's easy to say that it's okay to fail if you have a safety net, right? Did you have a safety net, and that's why it was okay to be okay, the production house is not working, let's move on to something else? Or do you just have a lot of belief in yourself?
No, the safety net is just that you have you have money, you have cash to blow, and at the time I did have it. I was doing well in my other businesses, but like I said, it doesn't mean that just because I had it that I should have done that. I should have been a little bit more careful, maybe, to not lose it, because I lost a lot of money in a couple of years of just kind of expanding too quick, and then and then as some of the other businesses got worse, then there wasn't enough to support the other ones too. And I just planned things a lot better now. And even like I said, the office, it was showing off. I had this office on Beach Road. There was a sign outside that said Bliss Inc. It was cool. A few people would call me, yo, just drove past your signboard. It was cool, but it was an expensive, cool thing to have, So I'm kind of the last time the landlord put the rent up, I'm this is it. This is done.
But that was a cool office, though.
Yeah, I saw it in a video as well. That was cool.
I remember seeing it in your video, and then I remember driving past it, and I'm oh, that's a cool office.
Yeah, I'm sure it plays a part in landing certain kinds of clients and everything. But at the end of the day, you have to weigh out how much of a value it's adding versus the expense.
Yeah, it was too expensive. I used to live there. That's the story. So I moved there in the peak of the recession and got the best deal ever on a 3-bedroom villa on the Jumeirah Beach Road. It was amazing. And at that time, the hotel wasn't in front of us. I could walk across straight to the beach.
Wow.
Nice.
It was great. And then I lived there for 2 years. And then in the second year, I started to have some people working. So I'd literally wake up, brush my teeth, walk outside, and my living room was the office. And as the team got bigger, I'm this is just getting a little too crazy. So I kind of moved out. Then, like I said, because it was at the peak of the recession, the landlord was able to put the rent up every year until one day I was this is
this doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. And it just everything kind of worked out as well. I was moving my barbershop to another location, and then the place I was leaving, they're like, no, you can stay, we'll give you a good rent here. I'm like, this sounds like a good deal.
Okay.
And I kind of have all my businesses around where I live too, so everything is like super, like 5-10 minutes radius from each other.
Okay,
Awesome.
that's great.
That helps, yeah.
So why the barber shop? Like, what made you decide to start that?
Crazy story. So my barber that I was going to for like 5 years, and I was working in, I don't know if you guys know, I used to work in TV in Dubai One TV. I used to have like 3 shows over there. So the barber I'd go to like for 5 years was like, I'm leaving the country. I'm like, why? He's like, the shop's closing, the business is not doing well. So I'm like, dude, you can't leave. I'm like, who's gonna do my beard?
Yeah, I don't care about you leaving,
like-
but who's gonna shape this beard?
Yeah, seriously, it was like, you know, I used to go there twice a week, and he's like, well, I don't know. I'm like, well, is this guy gonna sell the place? He's like, no, the guy ran away, and the business is done. It's like game over. I'm like, oh my god. So then I'm like, dude, what if I open a shop? Like, you know, would you stay? He's like, yeah, I guess. So then I started looking around for shop, and I put a deposit on this new store, like that was it was brand new, like just an empty store. And I showed him the place. I'm like, yeah, it's good, it's pretty cool. But then, like a couple of weeks later, a friend of mine's like, yo, there's this barbershop for sale, and it's like down the road from the office. I'm like, what? I'm like, let's go check it out. So when I checked
With
it out,
all the equipment,
everything
Oh,
in there,
nice.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
So we went there, we checked it out. It was a pretty good deal, and I'm like, yo, this is much better. So I got rid of the other place. I took this place, and we started. And literally with no plan or no investment ready, like, you know, I was just like, I'm gonna pump money in it as we need. For the first 3 months, it was literally just that one barber working in there until we got the second barber 3 months later. And then it was a good learning process for me. You know, now I learn a lot about businesses that are not within my scope of work or my comfort zone. And it was a tough first 2-3 years, but they say usually businesses take 2-3 years to kind of like start doing well. And then we got some good press. We had like a couple of celebrity guests came in. Will Smith was like one of them who really helped us with pushing the brand. And it kind of just took off from there. Yeah, we had like.
How did you manage to do that?
Somebody just randomly contacted us.
Really?
That is amazing. We thought it was like your TV past days.
No, not at all.
broadcast
Not at
days,
all. It's actually
connections.
more than anything. I do a thing called a vision board, and I put a picture of him on my vision board. And then this is
You have a vision board.
Oh yeah. And he's on
Yeah,
it.
do you think it works?
Well, he was on it, and then he showed up at
Oh my
my
god.
barbershop.
I
You
have
must be
a-
the first guy to admit who has a vision board. I'm very impressed,
No,
honestly.
I think lots of people have vision boards.
You don't have a vision board?
I have a mental vision board.
Okay. But I think, do you have a physical vision board?
Oh yeah. I had pictures and everything on it. And by the way, 80% of the stuff I put up there all came true.
That is pretty awesome,
Yeah.
actually. Oh,
Literally,
now we should have a
like,
vision board.
Yeah, maybe we should have one.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, right? You know what you want in life, right?
Hmm.
But you forget. Like, you're not gonna wake up tomorrow and remember what you want. However, if you woke up every day and looked at the Doors and the Beatles and Red Hot Chili Pepper and the Beatles, you know what's on that wall, right? If I
Yeah.
told you, like, what's on this wall behind you right now,
Yeah.
Okay.
without looking, tell me.
Yeah, I know. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Beatles.
And then what else is up here?
My guitars. Yeah.
Right. So
Even I can tell you, I don't spend much time in this man cave
Well,
room, but I can tell you.
well, there you go, right?
Yeah.
A physical presence makes a
A
difference.
physical presence, right?
Yeah.
You know exactly. If you close your eyes, you can picture what's on that wall.
Okay.
And it's the same thing with the vision board, right? So you know what you want, and if you put it up somewhere and look at it every day, you won't forget about what you want. And then
That's
kind
interesting.
of the universe
Yeah.
plays a little bit of a role in it. You make the effort, and
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
rest is just.
I think that works, man.
Cool. We haven't got that as a tip yet on Startup Hustle Middle East before.
Making a vision
but I
board.
think
People
that's a
think
good
I'm crazy
one.
when I talk about it, but it's true.
No.
and-
I
think
I
there's
buy
definitely-
into it for sure.
Yeah.
I do. It's just something that I haven't really implemented. But yeah, I have a mental vision board and goals and stuff. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely a value. Like, what happens with us is we usually go on a holiday.
Mhm.
And before we come back from the holiday, we kind of like decide, okay, like these are our goals for
Yeah.
the next 6 months.
Yeah.
And inevitably, 80% of the time, I'd say it works out.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
because we've set a goal, you know,
Yeah.
like if we don't think about it or think about doing it, it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. This
Yeah.
podcast was decided on a holiday.
Yeah, we were like, we should,
Create some content together.
we should create some content together and also figure out a way to connect with other people who are entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you learn so much from
Yeah.
other people.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's what the whole idea behind the podcast
Yeah, I mean
was.
that's really the basis of what I'm speaking about. I mean, everyone knows it. Everyone wants to be successful. Everyone wants certain things, But what do you do to go out and get it? It really requires like hard
visual
work and
reminder.
persistence and consistency all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm curious. Do you think being an Emirati, there are some advantages of starting your own business? Do you have more resources available to you? Do you think it's different at all?
It's not really different in that sense. Like, there's no special privileges. The only thing there is, and I'm not sure if this is available to everyone or just Emirati. There's a SME program which you can go and they kind of help you set up for the first year, and that's how I started Bliss Inc. as well. So they give you like a deal to start your business, a cheaper license fee, and then like a desk space or office space at a much preferred rate. But after you pass, I think 2 years or 3 years, they don't apply anymore. So I'm past that. So there's not really much difference, to be honest with you. Like, you can go start the same business that I could, and there's no extra benefits or anything like that. Not that I know of.
Really?
Well, what you talk about with the license and the setup, I think that's available to non-Emiratis as well.
Yeah.
No,
With
they get a
different companies.
discounted rate, right?
Okay, they do.
That's what he's saying. They get a cheaper rate than what we would get.
I'm not sure if it's available. It's basically it might be only for Emiratis, but it's a small to medium enterprise, and you can't have like 100 of those businesses. You can't have like
Okay.
it's like a startup help.
But do they fund you? Like, do they give you capital?
I haven't been funded. I know there is a capital funding program, but I haven't been a part of that. My brothers had a restaurant business that they started years ago now, and they got funded by it.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, there's funding programs for anyone. Like, there's I think something in Abu Dhabi where you can send in your ideas and it can get funded too.
Okay.
Yeah, so not very different from other entrepreneurs who are looking to raise capital, or
Yeah, I mean,
I guess you still have to pitch it to the government, right?
yeah. I'm definitely. I mean, like I said, I haven't been a part of anything except for when we started, and they wanted me to work out of the office there, and I couldn't. So I think after a year or two, I kind of like just parted ways. And it's kind of just to help you start up.
Yeah.
Which is a great thing for the name of the show.
Yeah, exactly. So we were talking about beats and cuts, and you started off with one barber, who's your barber, who you didn't want to let go of.
Yeah.
I mean, you see him twice a week. That's important. But how did you decide to do it like almost like a remixed version of a barbershop? Because you see how I used remixed. Because with beats and cuts, it's a lot about not just a close shave, but it's also about the experience of it all.
Yeah. So I mean, the music element was really important. Even though I don't spend as much time as I'd like to on the music, but you go in there and there's definitely like way cooler music than you'd hear in any other barbershop. And then you never know what celebrities you're gonna bump into over there as well. There's literally like celebrities coming through all the time. We had like Jay Sean there last week.
Nice.
We have like local celebrities like all the YouTubers and Instagrammers who come through. Will Smith was a big part of our success, and then like the boxers, Badu Jack comes in, and so it's kind of it was about just kind of hearing good beats and getting good cuts. But now we kind of like developed a specialty, so the fade is really big right now. Like fade on the side, and then like a lot of people come to us for that.
And I see like shapes and everything as well. Like
we haven't got into that yet. No.
Okay, I saw that on the website. There's a little star-shaped fade.
Not only that, there's like people drawing faces like on hair.
That
it's
is
crazy.
insane. Yeah.
That's
So
cool.
I mean, it's a culture thing. The barbershops, I don't know. When I started it, there wasn't really much going on in the barber world. Like when I started my, hip hop parties or suddenly, as soon as I start doing it, like just I don't know, maybe it's I wasn't aware of it. Like barbershop popping up out of everywhere. People trying to steal my barbers and like copy what we're doing and open up close by, and like so many things like that going on. And then like a lot of our barbers are being like, you know, poached by other barbershops as well. It's a tough business, but you learn to kind of just, you know, go with the flow, and you can't be emotional about every situation. You know, people come and go, and you just got to try to have a best situation for your business and staff and hope for the best.
Cool. So would you, are you thinking of scaling it up? Is it doing well that you want to open more?
I don't want to open any more. I mean, there is definitely opportunity to open maybe another one, but I think, you know, I want Beats and Cuts to kind of be, I don't want it to be a franchise brand.
Okay.
At least not for now, unless I'm in a position where I'm absolutely able to look over it and make sure the brand is taken care of well. I don't want it to be like another one of those franchise barbershop brands, you know? I want it to be like a special location.
Yeah, that makes it seem a lot more authentic as well, right? Yeah.
So I wanted to check with you. The reason I started my YouTube channel was to promote my business.
Yeah.
So what was the thought process, and has it really affected your business or your personal brand, your social media?
Well, the reason why I started my YouTube channel was really to build my YouTube channel, to put out my own music and my own content, because my background's radio and TV and DJing. So I thought if I can build up my YouTube channel, then I don't need the radio, I don't need the TV, and I don't even need the record company anymore either. So it was really, that was the idea behind it. So pretty similar to what you're saying. Did I achieve exactly what I wanted? No. Has it helped? Absolutely. And I think, you know, the opportunity to be able to do all of this is kind of like open eyes to you know, key people, or even, you know, being over here right now. It wouldn't have happened if I wasn't doing the YouTube work, right?
True.
If I was just on Instagram, I don't know if I would be here having this interview with you guys. So it has helped. Would I have liked it to be better? Yes. I wonder if we ask Casey Neistat that question. I'm sure he'll probably say yes. So, you know, I don't know if he's content with what he has.
I don't think anybody's content. Like, you
There's
know,
room to grow,
tomorrow somebody who's just started off YouTube will be like, oh man, this guy's complaining about having 90,000 subscribers and getting thousands of views in a video.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's all relative.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm definitely that person who's never content with, you know, I always want more.
Yeah.
But I wonder if, like, I was Noor Stars and I had, like, the biggest follower in the Middle East, would I still, I want more.
So in your vision board, do you have, like, the gold play button or the platinum, whatever?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I
Maybe
mean,
time
you
to
have
add
one,
that.
right?
yeah, I got one, yeah.
You have a
got
gold
one.
play button.
Yeah.
Now, is it gold? I can't remember.
Silver.
Silver, yeah.
Gold is for $1 million, I
For
think.
$1 million, yeah.
And silver is for 100K?
100,000
Yeah.
subscribers.
Okay, cool.
And then you get a diamond when you cross
10 million.
Is it 10 million?
Yeah.
10 million, yeah.
Okay,
Crazy.
you got to put that diamond one on your vision board.
My goal was to get a silver play button last year, but it didn't happen.
Yeah.
So I'm still far away.
How far?
I just said 24,000.
Yeah. But you get, I mean, look, like I said, I really think it's changed my perception. I mean, at my old place that I used to live, because I just moved like about a year ago, I wrote on the wall in front of me 1 million subscribers. I'm like, that's what I want. And I think as a goal, it makes more sense if I wrote 100,000 subscribers, because I think once you reach 100,000 subscribers, and I'm talking about organically with like real good engaged followers,
Audience,
Yeah.
the road from 100 to 1 million is going to be so easy. I think getting to 100 is the hard part, especially today.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember with Sid, getting to his first 100 was a lot more difficult than getting to his first 1,000, right?
Yeah. Like
And
getting
then
to
1,000 to
100 subscribers was really hard. It took like 6 months
Yeah.
of putting content up all the time. And then
it's
you're like
painful, right?
100
Yeah.
subscribers. And I remember being so happy when I got 100 subscribers, you know?
Yeah.
And 20 of them were
And
family.
then it took like 4 or 5 months to get to 1,000 subscribers. So I 10x'd in like the next 6 months,
Yeah.
right? And then from 1,000 to 10,000, it was another like
Couple of
6 or
months,
7
yeah.
months.
Yeah.
So I think some businesses also operate, like startups operate similarly. High growth startups, you know, the first to get the
100
first
users.
few users is really difficult. That's what happened with the jar car as well. Like, I remember there was a time when we got one booking on our website. I don't know if you know, okay, but we own a car rental booking engine. Yeah. So I remember when we used to get one booking in a week or whatever, we used to be like excited, like, somebody actually used our platform, to like book a car. Now it happens a lot more, but of course you want, that growth trajectory.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a tough one, like I said, but honestly, and I was talking to some YouTubers about this the other day. I'm like, I really just want a nice little fan base of people who can watch what I'm doing, give me some good feedback, and
committed.
I would rather have like 20,000 good ones than to have this other channel with 90,000, which I don't know. They're just sitting around like they literally still write, "Yo, can I win the iPhone?" I'm like,
yeah.
So you think the issue was doing the giveaway?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think people came there for
winning
just
the iPhone.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what they came for.
I thought it was pretty smart. Like when that's how I discovered you, by the way.
Yeah.
So I follow more vlogs with you.
So
Yeah.
I'm still a subscriber, and I still watch some of your stuff.
Oh,
So you got one loyal fan of it.
Yeah, one of 20,000. Yeah.
So I literally have tried everything,
You've
and then
played with it quite a bit. Yeah.
So and then I tried to get all the YouTubers on there as well.
I've seen you collaborate with like pretty much all the big
I tried to
YouTubers
get
in
them
Dubai.
all like at least like visually seeing. I mean, again, the people who would be interested in your content or my content might not be the same people who are interested in their content either.
That's
so that's a
true,
little tricky when it comes to that as well.
Yeah, and I think like we are, like, at least for me, I'm a little bit, I make a little bit more mature content.
Yeah.
Like I can't cater to like the 9-year-old.
Yeah.
So
I have some things to say off camera also about some people using very graphic clickbaity pictures, thumbnails. But that'll be off camera. But anyway, about
now if we talked about what you want to talk about on camera, that's gonna get
It's
sit
gonna
to that 100K. I'm just letting you know. True story. Like the problem is, it's got to be borderline edgy, right?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to see a life that they can live. Nobody wants to see you talk about things that they can talk about. They want it to be edgy. They want it to be, oh my God, can you believe what she said? Oh my God, what is he gonna do? Like,
no, but don't you think the people that want edgy content are a younger demographic as well?
No, but anybody, right? Like it's more fun to see somebody's life who's aspirational or crazy or like entertaining. It's entertainment at the end of the day. YouTube is entertainment. People go on YouTube to be entertained or to learn. Those are the two things. So I think
there is a little bit of a formula to it, because like you said, the 3 videos that you thought would do well were the ones that did, with the richest kid and
the ones that did the best for me are informational vlogs. So I had a series called Living in Dubai, where I spoke about, so I knew my target market, and my target market was that I want to target people who are looking to move to Dubai. They're considering moving to Dubai, or they're thinking about moving to Dubai. So so I made a series of vlogs all about like how much does it cost to live in Dubai, what are salaries like in Dubai, where should you live in Dubai, and those kind of videos. Those till now I did them 2 years ago, and they still keep getting views because they rank in search. So I think on YouTube you need to have a mixed strategy. You need to have some videos that are like for search, that rank for search, and then you need to have some videos that are just like your passion projects or your whatever it suits you creatively or that kind of thing.
No, it makes total sense. And again, like nobody has the answer. We have a set of,
we're all figuring it out.
Everyone's trying to figure it out. I think honestly there's a different answer for every person, right? There cannot be the answer. If there was, everyone would have figured it out. I mean, sure, there is certain ways where you can get like, you can jump on the bandwagon of something that's going on.
That's trending.
I don't know, like KSI and Logan Paul are fighting. You make a video and call it KSI Logan Paul fight, and people it might get picked up, but
Yeah.
that doesn't mean that video is gonna. Someone might come in and be like, "Yo, they're sitting here talking about a podcast about businesses in Dubai, and the title is KSI versus Logan Paul." It's not gonna make sense, right?
Yeah.
So it's a tricky one.
So I have a question. For an aspiring entrepreneur, how, of course, I think everyone's aware of the importance of social media and content marketing to promote their business, but would you advise aspiring entrepreneurs to also focus on their personal brand, whether that's through YouTube or podcast or being on the radio, whatever, speaking opportunities? Do you think that actually helps give a boost to their business?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it always helps if there's a face associated to a brand, and you look at it, historically it's worked as well, right? Steve Jobs, Apple, Bill Gates, Microsoft, the guy from Google. What is his name?
Right now, Sundar
Tim?
Pichai.
Yeah, it changes, right? That's why. But I mean,
Who's Tim Cook?
Tim
Cook
Cook's
is the CEO of Apple now.
New Apple, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
No,
same
but
thing.
if you look at Elon Musk, he's not the best face for Tesla.
No, he's
I think
great.
he's the best.
No,
What
but
are you
he's
saying?
a little bit weird. Like,
He's weird, but that's what makes him cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, he's weird. Cool,
There's a
actually.
science. There's science behind that for sure. But I mean, even like locally, like when you think about MR,
Yeah.
Mohammed Abbar.
Yeah.
So yeah, it definitely helps. I think, and I think it's just more boxes to tick about how to promote the business, and the more you are active, you're able to promote what you do as well. And
Yeah.
I think I don't think there's any harm in it. I think it's just beneficial.
Yeah, I mean, from my point of view, I think people like to buy from people rather than from a brand. So I think that it helps to establish that relationship with a brand if you know the person behind the brand,
Yeah.
So I think that, I just wanted to know from your point of view as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone kind of feels the same way about that. You want like a spokesperson who's going to come out and say something, or
Yeah.
I mean, people are also it works without as well if it's done right. But I think generally they say they want people to feel like there's a human element to behind a brand and not so computerized.
Yeah, definitely. And in terms of like your business decisions, a lot of it feels very personal and passion driven, right? Like you're like, okay, I'll start these because I'm passionate about it. These aren't working because I can't give enough attention, or I'm not that crazy passionate about it. But aside from intuition and gut, what are resources that you depend on to learn about business, to learn about new things to do with your business? I mean, it could be people, it could be anything, but
it's mainly, I think it's probably mainly social media. I really keep an eye out on what people are doing. Between that and then just Googling, information about it, or what to do, or how things work. And I just try and make sure that we're keeping innovative and on top of the trends, especially. You want to kind of like keep going with the trends moving forward. And this goes across everything that I'm doing. I literally just the other day after I finished DJing at 3:30 in the morning, I wrote this long message on the WhatsApp group for the events team. I'm like, this is what we need to do. Here's 1, 2, 3, and we got to be different. Here's a couple of tips. Generally, the ideas come from me. I see an opportunity when something's not right, and I, kind of try to see. Usually, I'll tell them how to do it right, or give them some suggestions. But at the end of the day, it goes down to what I was saying, before. You, as a owner of the company, will think about how to take care of it because you own it. The people who are managing it for you or working for you, I mean, I have a great team. They do a great job, but it's not
the same.
they won't be as proactive as you.
Yeah, I mean, they are proactive as well, but it's not the same as you. This is your baby, basically. And she's pregnant, everyone.
Pillow.
Can you make that the thumbnail and title so we can have the most popular podcast? Here's the Thumbnail.
Yeah.
We talked about how we just found out she's pregnant.
I just found out today.
Yeah.
The title would be "Just Found Out She's 8 months pregnant."
Yeah. How did this happen?
All right, guys. So I think we're gonna end the podcast over there. Thank you, Marwan, for being on the podcast.
Thank you. I feel like a part 2 is gonna come soon.
Yes.
Yeah, we should do that for sure.
Yeah.
We are going to leave DJ Bliss's links in the description. You can go check out his YouTube channel as well as channels, as well as his Instagram. You can check out Bliss Inc. as well. We'll leave a link for that as well.
Yep.
If you're listening to us on the podcast, please make sure you leave us a good rating. It really helps us out. That's how people discover this podcast. If you're watching us on YouTube, please make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, leave a comment, all the usual YouTube stuff.
Yeah.
And
Marwan's
Smash that like button.
Smash it.
Smash it.
And
YOLO.
all right, and I think that's it.
Yep. Keep on hustling.
And some big news coming from these guys very soon.
Yeah, this part is going to be cut.
Big news.